Joyful day everyone. So you clicked on this video because it's for you. So today's topic is on compounding, snowballing, leverage, arbitrage, and diversification. These five things I did so that I could retire early and I was able to retire early. I will give you first the technical meanings of the words and then I will share to you what I did so I can retire early. Number one is compounding. Compounding is earning returns not only on your original money, but also on the returns you've already earned. Example, if you invest 100,000 and earn 10% each year, after the first year you have 110,000. The next year you earn 10% on 110,000, not just on 100,000. So, how I use this. Remember on my previous video, my first investment was with my friend whom I have not seen for 20 something years. That time I think it's 300,000. That was the only money I had on his business, very first business. So um it was earning me 3% per month, so it means 36% per year. And I learned about compounding after I invested. But then after I invested, I started reading and reading and reading and learning a lot of knowledge about financial literacy. I realized I was earning a lot. Imagine that's 36% of 300,000. And then I suddenly had the epiphany that I think I should leverage that. When I learned also about leverage, so that I can compound my money more. So compounding is, your money is earning percentage per year. So I have an insurance, guys. It's accident, health, and stocks. So that money is earning me, I don't know, 7 to 8% per year. The stocks part. So that's compounding. I also have some other investments on this. Compounding, if you earn certain percentage in for your money, and then the percentage that you earn is also earning more percentage, so it compounds over time. So that's why it's called compounding. So next, the longer you leave your money invested, the more powerful compounding becomes. So I think that's what Warren Buffett did in his stocks. So he did not pull it out because the money that is there and the percentage of that money keeps earning. So the next one is snowballing. Snowballing means small gains build on each other until they become much larger over time. Example, you save and invest a little every month. Over the years, your savings and investments returns grow faster and faster like a snowball rolling downhill. So, from the word itself, snowballing, from the top of the hill to the bottom. When it gets to the bottom, it becomes bigger. So, that is snowballing. Just small gains. Even if it's small, if it grows over time, it will be big in the future. So, the next one is leverage. Leverage means using borrowed money or other people's resources to increase your potential returns. Guys, this is my favorite. Leverage, as I told you already in my other video. But I have to mention this here again because these five words are the core words for financial literacy, and this is where your money will grow. So I have to include leverage again here. So example, buying a 5 million property with a 1 million down payment and a loan. If the property's value increases, your return on your own money can be much larger, but losses can also be larger. So I told my sister about this because she has higher salary than me. So she was able to loan for 5 houses. So now she has 5 rental houses. The earning on those houses for the rent is practically paying the loan. So that is leverage. Also, she earns equity for each property. So That's leverage. Personally, as I told you already, I leverage my friend. My friend was the biggest business, I put my biggest money in. And then I earning from that, the compounded interest from my investment in his company. I also opened little businesses on the side. I also leverage my other friends, their talents, so that they can hold the business themselves, they can run the business, and I'll be the one investing on those businesses, and we are both earning. So it's like a partnership. It's very good to learn about leverage, guys. You can leverage people, you can leverage debt. So what I did on the very first investment, because it's got the biggest business, I put more money there. I leveraged debt. So I incurred a debt. I was thinking my debt in the bank will be 7.5%, and I'll be earning from him 36%. So I have how much? I have about 30 38.5% a year of the entire money. So my money from 300,000, it grew exponentially because of leverage. And also when what I was earning there, I also placed in other businesses. So it's compounding and snowballing at the same time. So arbitrage. Arbitrage is making a profit by buying something where it's cheaper and selling it where it's more expensive. So yeah, it's kind of buy and sell in layman's term. You buy something for lower price, and then you sell it for a higher price. Example, if gold cost 5,000 per gram in one market and 5,100 in another, you could buy in the first market and sell in the second, earning the difference. So the difference of that before the cost, that's your arbitrage. That's what arbitrage is. You can also, if there's someone who really trusts you, you can let him give you the product, then sell it for a profit, and then return the capital to him when you have sold the product. And then, of course, you keep the profit for yourself. Diversification, I've used this, guys, but in a different way. So I will tell you later. Diversification means spreading your investments across different assets so you don't depend on just one. It's like also in our job, I mentioned about multiple income streams before. You don't depend on one job alone. You should have other sources of income. Diversification is also like that in business terms. There are business people who don't really diversify. Sometimes they go all in just one, but it's very high risk because if you lose everything, you have no backup plan, you have no backup funds. So for me, I think diversification is good for me because I don't have a lot of money, and I don't have other sources of income aside from my active income at that time. So example, instead of putting all your money into one stock, you invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, and cash. If one investment perform poorly, the others may help reduce your overall risk. So this is, guys, diversification. So what I didn't have different businesses like others who diversify to different businesses, like go parallel or they go vertical. I have the same businesses, but different people are handling it. So it's kind of diversification, but with a twist. So the one with the best business said a lot there. And the earnings from that I put in my other businesses, smaller ones with my other friends. At the end of the month, all of it are giving me money. So that's why diversification is good. Okay, so how do you remember all this? Compounding equals your money earns more money. So that's compounding. Snowballing, small gains become bigger over time. Leverage, use borrowed resources to amplify returns and risks. Okay. Arbitrage, profit from price differences. Diversification, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I was worried because I had only one active income stream. So I diversified. If something or one of the businesses failed, at least I still have four. Or if two fails, at least I still have two. Do not, when investing, guys, do not put your eggs in one basket. If someone runs away with your basket, you will be left with no eggs at all. So, especially for newer investors, do not do this. And if you only have, not put your eggs in one basket. If you only have a few money to your pocket and you have no other sources of income. So it's very wise, I think, for me to diversify, just for me. But if you think you can diversify and it's better for you, you adapt that one. So these are the five primary uh, words that should bear in mind and that you should learn and use if you really want your money to exponentially increase. Okay, so if you have questions, guys, about financial literacy and how I did it, how I got out of the 9 to 5, even though I had a higher position, I really got out because I just really needed to get out, and I can feel you if you feel the same. I felt the same way. So if you are here watching this and wanting to get out of the 9 to 5, you can actually just add knowledge, such as what I shared with you today. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you with good health, wealth, and abundance in all areas of your life.